People are always out to fucking get you. Like, people want to clock you, for real. Like, they always, that's what, okay, being the young person here, yeah, I find it really hard. Like, everyone, especially people my age, they're always out to clock you, and it's just like, but why? Like, we're not in the same lane, we're not doing the same thing. It's just like it's like a race. It's like,
you
I'm
feel
here
it's
first.
too competitive for you?
Yeah, and I'm not about that kind of shit.
Yeah, do you think that's like a cultural thing? The way that the local music industry is kind of set up?
Yeah.
You know, we were talking about this before. Essentially, local music industry stuff, it's a very white world. It's a very kind of Western constructs and all of that kind of thing. Like, what is it that you kind of frustrates you with that cultural stuff, the competitiveness?
Okay. You'll get invited to a show, and then it'll be like, yeah, you can be on this lineup. And then you'll get there and you're like, oh shit, I'm the only brown person here. Like, what steers this, my music towards this crowd? I'm not pressed, like, I'm getting money, like, that's okay. It's paying for my bills and stuff. But the thing about it is sometimes you get to shows, and especially being the queer trans person, they're like, yeah, this is great, you're on our lineup. We make it look more diverse now, and we're gonna have more people coming. And it's like, really, I don't really have anyone that will come, but like, you played yourself.
Yeah.
It's true, but yeah, that kind of shit, it pisses me off.
Yeah, kind of, I guess, has that been your experience in the past, kind of feeling isolated or tokenized at all, or has it been a different kind of thing for you?
I think it's been I think I actually feel quite privileged my career so far. I mean, of course I've been through lots of crap, but for me, when I was in the thick of it, what I saw was an issue at the time was drugs. And especially in this city, so it was whatever wave of drug was going, so you had your 90s and your E's and everyone was happy, and then Coke, and, so it was going back and forth to different, and when P arrived in the city, that's where I saw a definite change. So from the musicians to the industry, because the promoters, and not naming any names, but I've always felt it's been the drugs that have been a major issue. And I moved out of the city before I had my last child, so I've been out of the city for about 15 years. And I was lucky to be out in Piha, where I lived for 7 years, so I sort of missed the whole P madness that happened. And it happened to some of my really good close friends that have been doing it, and who I thought were completely solid, but they just... And amongst all of that mixture, there was I could see the melding of my generation to the next generation, and the lines being crossed in certain ways. Because I've only learned this recently, but the issues that I've had with working with other people who are less experienced than me is that I always assume that they're my peers, because I look at musicians and I just think peers, but then I dealt with someone who was young who I just wanted to slap upside the head, and I realised it's because they haven't had the same experience as me, so the things that I'm expecting from them is not, even though I think it's just musician code, they haven't actually learnt that yet. And yeah, the basics. So, and it's things like respect, courtesy. It was like, they haven't learnt this
Another mind-blowing concepts.
So between the drugs and the madness of the superhighway information, coming at people's ears and devices, and the way people are educated and cultured and how they behave and socially and all that sort of stuff, I see that all melded together, and I'm still trying to decipher my way through it. We're having children from the age of 23 to 15.